Welcome everyone. As you know from your own experience and your time with Fuel Ed, relationships drive learning. Since your experience with Fuel Ed, perhaps you've experimented with some strategies in your classrooms and in relationships with students. But is it really working? Specifically, do your students know you care? Through Fuel Ed's partnership with PERTS, Project for Education Research That Scales, which is a Stanford-based research institute, Fuel Ed has an exclusive opportunity for our educators to get the feedback data you've been looking for. Today, we'll be onboarding you to the student data platform called Copilot and teaching you how to get started. So the objective of this project is to use Fuel Ed relationship strategies and get student data on if they're working for you. And the objective of this webinar right now is to learn about what Copilot is and how you sign up. So let's start by understanding what Copilot is. The Copilot platform is a tool to help teachers know more about student engagement. Using a weekly in-person online student survey, teachers can get data on important learning conditions that impact students' engagement, such as feedback for growth, meaningful work, and teacher caring. In our work together, we'll be focusing on just one of these dimensions, teacher caring. That's because this is where we think we'll really see an impact on students when using Fuel Ed's techniques for relationship building. Now let me run through some of the logistics of getting set up with PERTS and what it will look like for you and your students. So you'll first get an email from PERTS, someone at support@perts.net. After you enter your username and password with PERTS, you'll be brought to this screen, which is your team screen, and you'll see that you've been invited to the Fuel Ed alum team at the top, which 32 teachers and 8 classes. Once you click on this, you'll want to add your class. So you do that by clicking on the little plus icon right here, and then you're going to name your class. We'll call this Test Class Number 1. The number of students in your class, 30, and the grade level, 11. Once you have your information entered, you're going to save your new classroom, and it'll take you back to your classroom, your test classroom screen. Right now, this graph is showing that 100% of your students have not taken the survey yet of this 30 that you put in there. This is where you'll come back to get your reports and see what the progress is with your students. Now, each week, you're going to send your students to the URL perts.me. That's PERTS.me. And you're going to provide your students with this code, Spring Lemon. That's what it is for my test class number 1. Each class is going to have its own unique code, and that's what the students will enter every week to take their survey. Now, the first time they take the survey, it'll take about 5 to 7 minutes to capture some basic demographic data. But after that, it's really a 3-question survey that shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes max. So your students are going to go to perts.me, and the screen will look something like this. Now they can go to perts.me on any computer or connected device. They're going to enter the code that you have for your classroom and click next, and that will send them on the way to taking their survey. After the students start completing their surveys week after week, you're going to be receiving reports. Now to give you a quick snapshot of what a report will look like, the reports, the top charts are about participation and the bottom charts are about impact data by class and team. So you'll see at the top, the Engagement Academy, Miss Algebra 2, about how many students are actually taking the survey and participating. And then at the bottom, you get feedback on growth, how they're tracking week over week in terms of the questions that they're asking. And there you have it. That's a quick overview of PERTS and how to get started. We're excited to have you guys on board and to see how you're growing over the course of the semester and the year. Thanks so much for taking part. Take care. Bye.